Rachel Hopkins.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and may I begin by congratulating my friend, the Honourable Member of Parliament for Stockport, for securing this vitally important debate for World Water Day. Clean water, decent toilets and good hygiene are key foundations to supporting communities to break free from extreme poverty and inequality. WaterAid's mission statement says that some people dream of finding water on Mars, others dream of finding it here on Earth. And while developed countries continue to rightfully seek progress, we also need to recognise that the basic life-sustaining rights we are afforded need to be replicated in deprived areas across the world. I recognise that progress has been made. 1.7 billion people have gained access to safely managed sanitation since 2000, but there is still a long way to go. 55% of the global population still don't have access to safe sanitation, and 2 billion people lack access to safe water for drinking, cooking or personal use. We've seen over the past year how a shortage of clean water for hand washing, sanitation and general hygiene in healthcare facilities worldwide has undermined countries' COVID response. The lack of water access in hospitals and clinics has risked the lives of health workers and patients, as well as potentially perpetuating the pandemic. Without concerted international action, the situation in the global south is going to quickly deteriorate due to the climate emergency. It's the world's most vulnerable who bear the brunt of climate breakdown, despite having contributed the least. Extreme weather, such as prolonged droughts, is drying up water sources, while rising sea levels and flooding is contaminating ill-protected water supplies. The Environmental Justice Foundation has estimated that 1 in every 7 people in Bangladesh will be displaced by climate change by 2050. Former Governor of the Bank of England and UN Special Envoy Mark Carney said that when you look at climate change from a human mortality perspective, it will be the equivalent of a coronavirus crisis every year from the middle of this century, and every year, not just a one-off event. It's shameful that when faced with such a huge injustice, the Conservative government decided to step back from its international commitments by slashing the overseas aid budget from 0.7% to 0.5%. The government must not renege on our internationally binding obligation to work collaboratively to guarantee access to water and sanitation for all by 2030 and under the 2015 UN Sustainable Development Goals. As well as addressing water scarcity in developing countries, the UK also has an obligation to ensure it is not wasted domestically. The Tories' privatisation of water has been a disaster. People have been left without water for days, and trillions of litres of water have been lost through leakages, all while billions of pounds of bill payers' money are siphoned off in dividend payments to wealthy shareholders. The only way to end the dismal mistreatment of our utilities in the UK, which is impacting the public's pocket and our planet, is by bringing water back into democratic public ownership. And I would also like to conclude by echoing the comments made by my honourable friend, member for Stockport, about the Flint, Michigan water scandal. Privatised water in Flint has had dire consequences for the local community. The private water company Veolia and former Governor Rick Snyder prioritised profit over people and the environment, and subsequently have poisoned a predominantly African-American and economically poor community. If the terrible situation in Flint is to teach us anything, it's that access to water is a right and not a commodity to be profited from. Thank you.
Thank you.